self-doubt. The voice in our heads that tells us we're not good enough, that we can't do it, that we don't deserve success. Self-doubt can be a powerful force. But I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to control your life. You have the power to overcome it and step into the person you were always meant to be. Self-belief is the key to unlocking your full potential. Without it, you will always find yourself limiting your possibilities. You will avoid challenges, shrink away from opportunities, and never fully realize the greatness that is already within you. But with self-belief, you will find the courage to step out of your comfort zone and take risks that others might shy away from. Believing in yourself is the first step towards success, and without it, nothing else matters. Let's be honest, self-doubt is a natural part of life. Everyone has moments of uncertainty, moments when we question our abilities and worth. But here's the truth. Self-doubt is not your enemy. It's simply a signal that you're about to grow. When we face self-doubt, it's often because we are stepping into unknown territory, doing something we've never done before. And that's exactly where the magic happens, right beyond your comfort zone. The key is to understand that self-doubt doesn't define you. Your identity is not found in the mistakes of your past or in the judgment of others. You are more than your failures, and you are more than your doubts. Your true identity lies in your potential, the incredible gifts, talents, and abilities that are inside you, waiting to be discovered and developed. It is essential to believe in your worth and the incredible value you bring to the world. When you face doubts, don't shrink back. Instead, embrace your purpose. When you know why you're doing something, when you are clear on your purpose, you become unstoppable. Purpose gives you direction, and it gives you the strength to push through even when things seem impossible. Your purpose is bigger than your doubts. It's the force that can drive you forward, regardless of the challenges you face. And here's something important. Failure is not the end. It's simply the beginning of the next chapter. Failure doesn't mean you're a failure. It means you're learning, evolving, and preparing for your next success. You see, there's no such thing as failure. There are only lessons. Each mistake you make is a step closer to your breakthrough. But here's the secret. You must take action. Action is the antidote to self-doubt. You may not have all the answers, and you may not be certain of the outcome, but you must step forward anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. You can choose to be paralyzed by doubt, or you can choose to take one small step forward today. Every step counts. Another critical aspect of overcoming self-doubt is your environment. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. When you are around those who support and encourage you, their belief in your abilities can help you see yourself differently. You can draw strength from their positivity and inspiration, and in turn, believe in yourself even more. Now let's talk about your words. Your words have power. They create your reality. If you're constantly speaking negativity into your life, that is exactly what you will manifest. But when you speak life, when you speak positivity, you will begin to see the changes in your life. Challenge the negative thoughts with affirmations that remind you of who you are and what you are capable of. Your words shape your reality, so choose them wisely. And as you journey through life, don't forget the importance of gratitude. It's easy to focus on what you don't have or what you haven't achieved yet, but when you take time to reflect on what you've already accomplished, you begin to shift your mindset. Gratitude is the antidote to self-doubt, because it helps you see that you're already successful in many ways. Gratitude opens your eyes to the abundance in your life, and that abundance will fuel your confidence. Understand that personal growth is a continuous journey. Overcoming self-doubt isn't a one-time event. It's a lifelong process. Be patient with yourself. Commit to growth, even when it feels difficult or uncomfortable. You are not who you were yesterday, and you're not yet who you will become tomorrow. Each day you are becoming better, stronger, and more capable. So I challenge you today to silence the voice of self-doubt. Believe in yourself Embrace your purpose. Take action, learn from your failures, surround yourself with positivity, and speak life into your future. You have everything you need to achieve your dreams. You just need to believe it. Self-belief is the very foundation upon which all success is built. It's the internal conviction that you are capable of achieving your goals and fulfilling your potential, regardless of the challenges you may face along the way. Without self-belief, it's easy to be swayed by the opinions of others or by your own doubts, which can prevent you from taking action or seizing opportunities. But when you believe in yourself, you unlock a world of possibilities. When you have self-belief, you begin to understand that your worth is not determined by external circumstances or by the opinions of others. Instead, your worth is inherent, stemming from the very fact that you exist, that you have a purpose, and that you have unique talents and abilities. This belief fuels your actions, empowers you to pursue your goals with confidence, and allows you to overcome obstacles that may otherwise seem insurmountable. Self-belief is not just about confidence in your ability. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be moments of doubt, fear, and challenge. But with self-belief, you have the strength to keep going when others might quit. You don't let setbacks define you or deter you. Instead, you view challenges as opportunities for growth and learning, knowing that you have the ability to adapt and overcome. When you truly believe in yourself, you don't rely on the approval or validation of others to feel worthy. Too often, we seek external affirmation to feel validated, but this can be a dangerous trap because external validation is fleeting and unreliable. With self-belief, you become your own source of strength. You trust your decisions and know that, regardless of the outcome, you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. This inner confidence is what allows you to take risks, pursue your dreams, and step into new and unfamiliar territories with a sense of certainty. The power of self-belief lies in its ability to shape your actions, mindset, and future. It gives you the drive to keep moving forward, even in the face of obstacles. It allows you to see opportunities where others might see failure, and it enables you to stay focused on your goals, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. When you believe in yourself, you begin to understand that you are worthy of success, happiness, and fulfillment. And you will stop at nothing to achieve your dreams. Self-doubt is a natural part of the human experience. It's that voice inside your head that questions your abilities, your worth, and your decisions. It creeps in when you're about to take a big step forward, when you're about to embrace change, or when you face something unfamiliar. It's the feeling that you're not good enough, or that you don't deserve success. And often it's rooted in fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of rejection. It's a powerful emotion that can paralyze you if you let it, but understanding it is the first step in overcoming it. Self-doubt often stems from past experiences, failures, rejections, or even harsh criticisms. These events can create a narrative in your mind that tells you you're not capable or that you're bound to fail. The mind has a tendency to remember negative experiences more vividly than positive ones. And over time, these experiences can erode your confidence and create a cycle of self-doubt. In some cases, the doubt may be so ingrained that you begin to internalize it as a part of who you are. It becomes a part of your identity. And this can be incredibly limiting. Another factor that feeds self-doubt is comparison. In today's world, it's easy to look at others and feel inadequate. Social media, for instance, constantly shows us highlight reels of others' lives, successes, achievements, and moments of triumph. It's easy to think, why can't I do that? Well, they have it all together, but I don't. This comparison can amplify self-doubt, making you feel like you're falling short or not measuring up to the standards set by others. But the truth is, everyone has their own struggles, their own challenges, and their own doubts, even if they're not visible to the outside world. Self-doubt also often arises from perfectionism, the belief that unless everything is perfect, it's not worth doing, or that you're not good enough unless you meet some unrealistic standard. This kind of thinking can prevent you from taking action at all. It creates a cycle of procrastination and missed opportunities because you're always waiting for the perfect moment or outcome. The need for perfection can paralyze you, making you second guess every decision, every step you take, and every move you make. But in reality, perfection doesn't exist, and the pursuit of it often leads to stagnation and frustration. Yet despite how powerful self-doubt can feel, it is not invincible. Self-doubt thrives on inaction, uncertainty, and fear. It grows louder when you avoid challenges, ignore opportunities, or shrink away from discomfort. However, the moment you confront it, take action in spite of it, and push through those uncomfortable feelings, you weaken its hold over you. What's crucial to understand is that self-doubt is not a reflection of who you truly are or your potential. It's a temporary state of mind that can be overcome with time, effort, and resilience. Everyone experiences it, from the most successful people to those who are just starting their journeys. The key is not to let it control you or dictate your actions. Instead, use it as a signal that you're stepping out of your comfort zone and growing. Every time you face self-doubt, and every time you push past it, you become stronger, more confident, and more aware of your own abilities. Your identity is the very core of who you are. It is the essence of your being, the collection of your values, experiences, and inherent strengths. Understanding your true identity is one of the most powerful tools in overcoming self-doubt and unlocking your potential. Too often, we allow external factors such as society's expectations, other people's opinions, or past failures to define us, when in reality, our true identity is not determined by any of these things. It is shaped by the unique combination of talents, passions, and experiences that make you who you are. When you begin to understand and embrace this, your identity becomes your greatest strength. Many of us fall into the trap of trying to live up to someone else's idea of who we should be. Whether it's based on societal standards, family expectations, or the influence of others, we sometimes start to shape ourselves into something we are not, forgetting who we truly are in the process. This disconnection between who we are and who we believe we should be creates inner conflict, which can fuel self-doubt and insecurity. The truth is, you're not defined by anyone else's standards but your own. Your worth is not determined by how well you meet others' expectations or how many accolades you collect. It is determined by your inherent value as a person and the unique contributions you can offer to the world. The more you align yourself with your true identity, the more confident and resilient you will become in the face of challenges. When you know who you are, no one's criticism can shake you and no failure can define your future. Your identity becomes a source of stability and power, a constant reminder that you have what it takes to succeed, regardless of the obstacles you may face. It's about believing in your purpose and understanding that you have something to contribute that no one else can. The journey of self-discovery, although sometimes difficult, leads to a profound realization that you are enough, just as you are, and that you have everything within you to create the life you desire. When you embrace your true identity, you begin to realize that your past does not dictate your future. Many people allow past mistakes, failures, or regrets to define their sense of self, but your identity is not based on those moments. Your past is simply a collection of experiences that have shaped you, not the end of your story. What matters most is how you choose to move forward and what you believe about your ability to grow, learn, and adapt. Understanding that your identity is not tied to your past allows you to let go of guilt, shame, or any other negative emotions that may have been holding you back. At the core of your identity is your purpose. When you tap into your purpose, you unlock a deeper sense of confidence and direction. Purpose gives you clarity, focus, and the strength to overcome doubts. When you know why you are here and what you are meant to do, it becomes much easier to rise above challenges and stay grounded in your beliefs. It serves as a compass, guiding you through life and reminding you of what truly matters. People who live in alignment with their purpose are often more resilient because their identity is tied to something greater than themselves. Their actions, decisions, and perseverance are driven by a deep understanding of who they are and what they are meant to contribute to the world. Your identity is also deeply connected to your inner strengths, qualities like resilience, creativity, compassion, and determination. These strengths are part of who you are, and when you connect with them, they become the foundation for overcoming obstacles. In times of difficulty, your identity will serve as a constant reminder that you have the ability to rise above, no matter the circumstances. You are capable of much more than you realize, and the more you connect with your true self, the more you can tap into those strengths. The power of your identity lies in the realization that you are whole and complete, just as you are. There is no need to compare yourself to anyone else or strive to be someone you're not. The world needs you to show up as yourself, to embrace your individuality, and to live with authenticity. When you live authentically, you create space for others to do the same, and you become a source of inspiration for those around you. Confidence rooted in your identity is not about arrogance or superiority. It's about knowing who you are, standing firm in that knowledge, and offering the best of yourself to the world. Your true self is your greatest strength. Embrace it, and you will find the courage to face anything that comes your way. Purpose is the driving force behind every meaningful action in life. It is the reason you get out of bed in the morning, the fire that fuels your ambition, and the guiding star that keeps you on course through the ups and downs of life. When you have a clear sense of purpose, it becomes far easier to believe in yourself and your ability to achieve great things. Because purpose gives your life meaning and direction. It allows you to focus on what truly matters and filters out the distractions and noise that often lead to self-doubt. Without purpose, it's easy to feel lost or aimless. But when you know your why, everything else falls into place. Your purpose is personal to you. It is what resonates with your soul and aligns with your values, passions, and talents. It can come from your desire to help others, create something beautiful, or simply pursue your dreams. It doesn't always have to be grandiose or world-changing. Your purpose can be as simple as being the best version of yourself, or making a positive impact in the lives of those around you. The beauty of purpose is that it provides clarity in a world that can often feel chaotic or uncertain. When you know why you are doing something, it becomes easier to navigate through challenges and stay focused on the bigger picture. Having a sense of purpose transforms how you view obstacles and setbacks. Instead of seeing them as insurmountable roadblocks, you begin to view them as opportunities for growth. When your purpose is clear, every challenge becomes a lesson, and every setback a stepping stone on the path to achieving your ultimate goal. This shift in perspective allows you to face difficulties with resilience and determination rather than being weighed down by self-doubt or fear of failure. Purpose gives you the strength to keep moving forward even when the road gets tough. Purpose also serves as a filter for decision making. When you are clear on what truly matters to you, the decisions you make are rooted in your values and aligned with your ultimate goals. You are no longer swayed by external influences or the expectations of others. Instead, your purpose guides you, helping you to make choices that are in line with your personal vision and aspirations. It empowers you to say no to distractions and yes to opportunities that will bring you closer to fulfilling your potential. A strong sense of purpose provides motivation even during moments of doubt. Self-doubt often creeps in when you're uncertain about your path or unsure of your ability to succeed. However, when your purpose is clear, it serves as a constant reminder of why you started in the first place. It gives you the motivation to push through difficult times and continue working toward your goals, even when things don't seem to be going your way. Purpose provides the energy and the drive to keep going, and it helps you stay grounded in the belief that the work you're doing is meaningful and worthwhile. Your purpose also creates a sense of fulfillment that extends beyond material achievements. While success and external validation are rewarding, true fulfillment comes from knowing that you are living in alignment with your purpose. The feeling of contributing to something greater than yourself, whether it's through helping others, creating something impactful, or simply living authentically, brings a deep sense of satisfaction that cannot be replicated by external rewards. This fulfillment boosts your self-belief and reinforces the idea that you are on the right path. Purpose is not something you find overnight. It is a journey of discovery that requires patience and introspection. It takes time to truly understand what drives you and what aligns with your heart. But once you find your purpose, everything changes. It shifts your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance, from a mindset of fear and doubt to one of confidence and possibility. With purpose, you can tap into your full potential, not because you are perfect, but because you have a clear vision and a strong reason for moving forward. When you are rooted in purpose, you stop questioning your worth and start believing in your ability to make a meaningful impact in the world. Purpose gives you the power to rise above self-doubt. Tap into your strengths and believe that you are capable of achieving greatness. As failure is often seen as the ultimate defeat, the end of a journey, or reflection of our inadequacy, society frequently associates failure with shame and discouragement, urging us to avoid it at all costs. But the reality is that failure is not the end. It is simply a part of the process. It is a stepping stone, a lesson, and a necessary component of growth. When you begin to redefine failure, you free yourself from the paralyzing fear that comes with it and open yourself up to a world of opportunity. Failure should not be seen as a reflection of your worth, but rather as an experience that provides valuable insights and lessons. Every failure teaches you something new about yourself, your limits, your strengths, and areas where you can improve. It's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up and keep moving forward. Each time you fail, you gain a better understanding of what works and what doesn't, allowing you to make more informed decisions in the future. Failure is an essential part of the learning process, and without it, there can be no growth. In fact, failure is often a sign that you are pushing boundaries, stepping outside your comfort zone, and trying something new. People who have never failed have never truly challenged themselves. True success is not about avoiding failure, but about using it as a tool to keep moving forward. Every successful person has encountered failure along the way. They didn't let failure define them or stop them from reaching their goals. Instead, they used failure as motivation to persist, to improve, and to evolve. What separates successful people from those who give up is their ability to learn from their failures and keep going despite them. The key to redefining failure is to shift your mindset from one of fear to one of acceptance. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it as part of the process. Understand that it is not a personal indictment of your abilities, but a natural result of taking risks and venturing into the unknown. By doing so, you free yourself from the fear of making mistakes, which allows you to take bold actions and pursue your dreams with confidence. Every time you take a step forward, even if it results in failure, you are moving closer to success because you're learning, growing, and evolving along the way. Failure also helps you build resilience. The more you fail and get back up, the stronger and more adaptable you become. Over time, you develop a greater capacity to handle setbacks and obstacles without being discouraged. Failure teaches you perseverance and determination, two qualities that are essential to long-term success. The ability to keep going when things aren't going well is often what separates those who ultimately succeed from those who give up too soon. When you see failure as part of the journey, it becomes easier to stay motivated and committed, even during tough times. Another important aspect of redefining failure is understanding that it is not permanent. Failure does not define you as a person, nor does it determine your future. It is simply a moment in time, a temporary setback that can be overcome. It's important to remember that many of the world's greatest success stories are built upon a foundation of repeated failures. Those who achieved greatness did not let their failures define them. They used those failures as stepping stones, as part of the process of building something meaningful. When you redefine failure, you also redefine success. Success is not about avoiding failure, but about how you respond to it. It is about resilience, perseverance, and the willingness to keep moving forward regardless of the obstacles you face. Success is about learning from your mistakes and improving, taking risks, and being willing to fail forward. When you embrace failure as part of the journey, success becomes a natural outcome of your efforts and persistence. Failure is not something to fear or avoid, but something to embrace and learn from. It is an essential part of personal growth, success, and the pursuit of your dreams. When you stop viewing failure as the end and start seeing it as an opportunity for growth, you free yourself from the paralyzing grip of self-doubt and fear. You begin to realize that failure is not something that happens to you, but something you can use to propel yourself forward and achieve your greatest potential. Taking action despite fear is one of the most powerful decisions you can make in your journey towards success and personal growth. Fear is a natural emotion that everyone experiences, especially when faced with the unknown, the uncertain, or the challenging. It often arises in moments where we are about to take a big step, whether it's starting something new, making a bold decision, or stepping out of our comfort zones. While fear is a normal part of being human, it doesn't have to control us. The key is learning to take action in spite of fear. Because waiting for fear to go away before you act can result in missed opportunities and stagnation. Fear is a protective instinct, often designed to keep us safe, but it can also hold us back from reaching our full potential. It's a response to perceived danger, whether real or imagined, and it can create self-doubt and hesitation. Fear makes us question our abilities, worry about failure, and sometimes even doubt our worth. But what we often fail to realize is that fear is not an indication of inability. It's simply a sign that we're stretching beyond our limits and into new territory. The presence of fear means that you are growing, that you are on the edge of something significant, and that you are about to experience something new, something that will lead you to greater strength, wisdom, and achievement. When you take action despite fear, you show yourself that you are stronger than your doubts. Fear may never fully disappear, but you can learn to act in spite of it. This means not waiting for the perfect moment when all the fear has subsided, but moving forward even when the fear is present. It requires courage, but courage isn't the absence of fear. It is the willingness to move forward in the face of it. The more you act despite fear, the more confidence you build, and the more you begin to trust yourself and your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Taking action also creates momentum. Often, fear and hesitation keep us stuck in a cycle of inaction. We become paralyzed, overthinking every decision and worrying about every possible outcome. But the simple act of moving forward, no matter how small the step, helps break this cycle. Action creates progress, and progress builds confidence. Each step you take, even if it feels insignificant, leads you closer to your goal. And the more you move forward, the less power fear has over you. The key to overcoming fear is to keep moving even when it feels uncomfortable, because action brings clarity. Taking action in the face of fear forces you to confront it directly. It's easy to let fear linger in your mind, growing larger with every passing moment. But when you take action, you shift your focus from fear to solution-taking action. In the face of fear forces you to confront it directly. It's easy to let fear linger in your mind, growing larger with every passing moment. But when you take action, you shift your focus from fear to solution. You focus on what needs to be done rather than the possible consequences of inaction. By doing so, you show yourself that fear is often exaggerated in our minds. Most of what we fear never comes to fruition, and taking action helps to demystify the unknown. You begin to realize that the worst-case scenario is rarely as catastrophic as your imagination makes it out to be. Fear is also a natural part of growth and transformation. Every new step you take, every new challenge you face will feel unfamiliar and possibly even intimidating. But it is in those moments when fear is at its peak that the greatest potential for growth. Fear often arises when we are about to break through to the next level of our lives, whether it's in our career, relationships, or personal development. Fear is a signpost that you're on the edge of transformation. By taking action despite it, you move past your limitations and into new possibilities. When you act despite fear, you also build resilience. You teach yourself that you can handle discomfort and uncertainty. Each time you face your fear and take action anyway, you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling challenges. This resilience strengthens your belief in yourself and your abilities, making it easier to take action the next time fear arises. Over time, your fear becomes less overwhelming and more manageable because you learn to see it as a normal part of the process, not something that holds you back. Taking action despite fear is essential for breaking free from the confines of your comfort zone. Comfort zones can feel safe, but they're also limiting. They keep you from reaching your full potential and prevent you from experiencing the growth that comes from stepping into the unknown. Fear is the gateway to new experiences, new lessons, and new opportunities. And by taking action despite it, you expand your boundaries and open yourself up to a world of possibilities. The fear you feel will never completely disappear, but you can learn to live with it, manage it, and still take bold action. Fear is a part of life, but it doesn't have to dictate your actions. When you decide to take action in spite of it, you make a powerful choice to grow, to learn, and to move closer to the life you want to create. The more you practice taking action despite fear, the more you realize that fear doesn't define you. Your courage, your ability to act, and your willingness to push through discomfort are what will shape your future. The environment we find ourselves in has a profound impact on our mindset, behaviors, and overall well-being. From the physical spaces we occupy to the people we interact with, our surroundings shape who we are, how we think, and how we approach life's challenges. We often underestimate just how much influence our environment has, but the truth is it plays a crucial role in shaping our attitudes, our productivity, and even our sense of self-worth. When we surround ourselves with positivity, support, and inspiration, we are more likely to thrive. Conversely, when we are surrounded by negativity, doubt, or toxicity, our growth and progress can be stunted. The people we associate with are perhaps one of the most powerful aspects of our environment. They can either uplift us or drag us down, and their attitudes and beliefs often influence our own. If we spend time with individuals who are supportive, encouraging, and believe in our potential, we are more likely to believe in ourselves. Positive environments foster positive thinking, which leads to better decision-making, greater resilience, and a stronger sense of purpose. On the other hand, toxic environments filled with negativity, criticism, or people who constantly doubt us can undermine our self-esteem and make it harder to achieve our goals. We must be intentional about the people we allow into our lives because they directly impact how we see ourselves and the world around us. Beyond the people around us, the physical space we inhabit also plays a significant role in shaping our mindset. The way our environment is organized, whether it's our home, workspace, or community, has a direct impact on our mood and productivity. A cluttered, chaotic space can make us feel overwhelmed, stressed, and unproductive, while a clean, organized environment can promote clarity, focus, and creativity. The spaces we create for ourselves should align with the goals and values we hold. For instance, if we want to cultivate a sense of calm and mindfulness, a peaceful, uncluttered environment will help foster that mindset. If we're striving for creativity and innovation, having a space filled with inspiration and resources will encourage that flow of ideas. Our environment also influences our habits and behaviors. It can either make it easier or more difficult to adopt the positive habits we want to develop. For example, if you want to live a healthier lifestyle, being in an environment that supports that goal, whether it's having healthy food readily available or exercising in a space that motivates you, makes it much easier to stay on track. Conversely, if you're surrounded by unhealthy choices, such as junk food or a sedentary environment, it can be much harder to maintain those healthy habits. The choices available to us in our environment directly impact the actions we take. And often, we need to reshape our surroundings to align with the goals we have set for ourselves. The media and information we consume are also part of our environment and have a powerful influence on our beliefs and perceptions. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded with information through social media, news outlets, and various other platforms. What we choose to expose ourselves to shapes our attitudes, emotions, and worldview. Negative news, toxic social media, or constant comparisons to others can contribute to feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, or self-doubt. On the other hand, consuming uplifting, educational, and empowering content can inspire us, expand our perspectives, and boost our self-confidence. It's important to be mindful of what we consume, as it significantly affects our mental state and consequently our actions. The environment also affects our ability to stay motivated and focused. A positive, supportive environment encourages us to take action and pursue our goals with vigor, while a negative environment can lead to procrastination, self-doubt, and a lack of motivation. When we are surrounded by people who believe in our vision, and when our environment reflects our aspirations, we are more likely to stay focused on our goals and take consistent steps toward achieving them. The energy in the spaces we occupy, whether it's the people or the physical surroundings, can either fuel our progress or drain us. At times, we may find ourselves in environments that don't support our goals or align with our values. In such situations, it becomes essential to take responsibility for creating a space that nurtures our growth. This could involve seeking out new social circles, adjusting our physical surroundings, or curating the type of content we consume. It may also mean making bold decisions to distance ourselves from toxic influences, or seeking out mentors, groups, or communities that encourage our development. While we can't always control the external circumstances, we do have the power to choose how we respond to them and how we create our own environments, both internally and externally. The influence of our environment cannot be underestimated. It shapes the way we see ourselves, the choices we make, and the direction in which we move forward in life. By curating environments, whether physical, social, or informational, that align with our goals, values, and dreams, we set ourselves up for success. When we are surrounded by positivity, support, and inspiration, we are better equipped to overcome challenges, take action, and believe in our potential. Our environment has the power to either elevate us or hold us back, and by consciously choosing the environments we immerse ourselves in, we can unlock our fullest potential and create the life we desire. Positive affirmations are a powerful tool that can transform your mindset and shape the way you perceive yourself and the world around you. So at their core, affirmations are positive, empowering statements that challenge and replace negative thoughts, doubts, and self-limiting beliefs with thoughts of possibility, strength, and confidence. When practiced consistently, affirmations can reprogram your subconscious mind, helping you to break free from the patterns of self-doubt, fear, and insecurity that often hold you back from reaching your full potential. The words we speak have an incredible influence on our lives, and by choosing to speak words of positivity and empowerment, we can change the direction of our thoughts and actions. One of the key benefits of using positive affirmations is their ability to influence our self-image. Many of us carry around internalized negative beliefs about ourselves, often formed from past experiences, failures, or the expectations of others. These beliefs can shape how we approach challenges, how we see our capabilities, and ultimately how we believe we deserve to succeed. Positive affirmations counteract these limiting beliefs by reminding us of our inherent worth, talents, and potential. They serve as a tool for self-empowerment, allowing us to see ourselves not as the sum of our past mistakes, but as individuals capable of growth, change, and achievement. By affirming our value and abilities, we can cultivate a mindset of confidence and self-love that propels us toward our goals. Affirmations are also incredibly effective in overcoming fear and anxiety. Fear often holds us back from taking action or stepping outside of our comfort zones, and it can create a barrier to achieving our dreams. When we consistently affirm that we are capable, strong, and resilient, we begin to shift our perspective on fear. Instead of viewing it as something insurmountable, we see it as a natural part of growth and an opportunity to push beyond our limits. Affirmations provide the mental fortitude needed to confront fear head-on, allowing us to take action despite the discomfort or uncertainty that may arise. Over time, as we affirm our courage and abilities, we become less intimidated by fear and more willing to take bold steps toward our aspirations. Another powerful aspect of affirmations is their ability to foster a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the present moment. In a world where we often focus on what we lack or what we have yet to achieve, affirmations can help shift our focus to the abundance already present in our lives. By affirming our gratitude for the blessings we have, whether big or small, we create a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. This shift in perspective not only enhances our mental and emotional well-being, but it also attracts more positive experiences and opportunities into our lives. When we affirm the good that is already in our lives, we open ourselves up to receive even more of it. Positive affirmations also have the ability to enhance our motivation and drive. The words we speak to ourselves can either inspire us to take action or leave us feeling stuck and defeated. By consistently affirming our goals, our vision, and our capacity for affirmations keep our goals front and center, serving as daily reminders of what we are working toward. They help us stay aligned with our purpose, especially during challenging times when the road may seem unclear or difficult. The power of affirmation lies in its ability to keep us grounded in our aspirations and motivated to take the necessary steps to achieve them, even when obstacles arise. Affirmations are a powerful tool for creating a positive mindset and maintaining a sense of inner peace. Life can be unpredictable, and we may encounter setbacks, disappointments, and challenges along the way. However, by affirming our ability to handle whatever comes our way, we cultivate a mindset of resilience and acceptance. Affirmations help us stay centered, even during the most difficult times, by reminding us that we have the inner strength to overcome adversity. By affirming our ability to stay calm, focused, and positive, we create a sense of peace within ourselves that is not easily disturbed by external circumstances. The impact of affirmations extends beyond our own lives and can influence our relationships with others as well. When we affirm our worth, our kindness, and our ability to contribute positively to the lives of others, we radiate that energy outward. Positive affirmations not only reinforce our sense of self, but also shape how we interact with the world. They encourage us to approach others with empathy, compassion, and understanding, fostering deeper and more meaningful connections. As we affirm our own positive qualities, we naturally begin to see and acknowledge the positive qualities in others, creating an atmosphere of mutual respect and encouragement. Incorporating positive affirmations into daily life can be simple, yet incredibly transformative. Whether you say them aloud, write them down, or silently repeat them to yourself, the key is consistency. The more you practice affirmations, the more deeply they become ingrained in your subconscious mind. Over time, you will begin to notice a shift in your thoughts, attitudes, and actions. What once felt impossible or out of reach will begin to feel attainable, and your belief in your own power and potential will grow stronger with each passing day. Positive affirmations are not a quick fix, but a long-term practice that, when committed to, has the power to change your life in profound ways. Positive affirmations are a reminder that you are in control of your thoughts, and by extension, your reality. The words you speak shape the life you lead. By choosing to affirm your strength, resilience, and potential, you pave the way for a future filled with possibility, growth, and success. Positive affirmations can be the catalyst that shifts your mindset from one of limitation to one of boundless opportunity, allowing you to step into your fullest potential and live a life of purpose and fulfillment. Gratitude is often considered simply a positive emotion, a sense of thankfulness for the good things in life. But when practiced intentionally, gratitude becomes a powerful tool for building confidence. Many people struggle with self-doubt, insecurity, or the fear that they're not good enough. These negative feelings often arise from a focus on what we lack, what we haven't achieved, or the things that have gone wrong in our lives. Gratitude, however, shifts our focus. Instead of fixating on our shortcomings or the obstacles we face, gratitude helps us recognize and celebrate the abundance in our lives, both big and small. By acknowledging the positive things we have and the strengths we possess, we naturally begin to build a stronger sense of self-worth and confidence. Instead of comparing ourselves to others or measuring our worth by external standards, we start to appreciate our unique qualities and the progress we've made. Gratitude helps us see the value in our own journey, even if we haven't yet reached all of our goals. It reminds us of the skills, talents, and experiences we've accumulated over time. Every small victory, every lesson learned, and every personal growth moment becomes something to be thankful for. This shift in perspective naturally boosts our self-esteem and strengthens our belief in our ability to succeed. When we acknowledge how far we've come, we're more likely to trust ourselves and our abilities to overcome future challenges. Gratitude also plays a critical role in overcoming negative self-talk, which often undermines confidence. Many of us are our own harshest critics, constantly focusing on our perceived flaws or mistakes. When we cultivate gratitude, we begin to challenge those negative thoughts. Instead of berating ourselves for what we haven't done or the mistakes we've made, we learn to appreciate the lessons those experiences have provided. Gratitude encourages us to be kinder to ourselves, recognizing that we are worthy of praise, not just for our achievements, but for our resilience, growth, and efforts. This shift from self-criticism to self-compassion fosters a healthier self-humility, which in turn builds confidence. In addition to boosting self-humility, gratitude also encourages a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work, learning, and perseverance. When we practice gratitude, we acknowledge not just what we have, but also the potential for growth and improvement. We begin to appreciate the process of becoming better instead of only focusing on the end result. This mindset allows us to see setbacks as opportunities for learning rather than signs of failure. When we are grateful for the lessons that come from challenges, we become more resilient and confident in our ability to keep going no matter the obstacles. Gratitude is also closely linked to a sense of abundance. In a society that often promotes scarcity, focusing on what we don't have or what's lacking in our lives, gratitude helps us tap into an abundance mindset. When we regularly practice gratitude, we start to realize that there is always something to be thankful for, no matter how small. This mindset shift helps us feel more secure in ourselves and our circumstances, which boosts confidence. We become more comfortable with who we are because we are no longer constantly searching for validation or fulfillment outside of ourselves. Instead, we recognize that we already have everything we need within us and that our worth is not dependent on external factors. By actively practicing gratitude, we also become more aware of the support we have from others, which can be incredibly empowering. It's easy to overlook the people who uplift us, encourage us, and believe in us, especially when we're focused on our own struggles. Gratitude helps us recognize the positive influence others have in our lives. When we acknowledge their support, we feel less alone and more capable of achieving our goals. Gratitude reminds us that we are not an island. We have a network of people who care about us and who believe in our potential. This awareness can deepen our sense of connection and enhance our confidence, knowing that we have the love and support of others to lean on when we need it. Gratitude helps us embrace the present moment. Too often we focus on the future, on the things we still want to achieve, and this focus on what's next can cause anxiety and self-doubt. Gratitude pulls us back to the here and now, helping us appreciate what we have in this moment. By practicing gratitude for the present, we stop waiting for something external to change in order to feel good about ourselves. We learn to appreciate ourselves just as we are right now. This acceptance of the present moment cultivates inner peace, which directly enhances our confidence. When we feel at peace with ourselves and our lives, we can approach challenges and opportunities with greater assurance and self-belief. Gratitude strengthens our ability to take action. When we focus on what we are grateful for, we naturally build a sense of positivity and energy that motivates us to move forward. Gratitude allows us to see possibilities instead of obstacles, which encourages us to take risks and pursue our goals. As we take more actions toward our aspirations, our confidence grows because we see that we are capable of making progress. Every step forward, no matter how small, reinforces our belief in ourselves and our ability to succeed. In essence, gratitude is more than just an emotion. It's a powerful practice that can shape our confidence and self-belief. By shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have, we naturally begin to see ourselves in a more positive light. Gratitude helps us appreciate our strength, embrace our growth, and become more resilient in the face of challenges. When practiced consistently, gratitude doesn't just boost our confidence, it transforms the way we see ourselves and the world, empowering us to take bold action toward the life we want to create. Commitment to personal growth is one of the most powerful decisions a person can make. It signifies a deep, ongoing dedication to improving oneself in various aspects of life, whether it's emotional, intellectual, physical, or spiritual. The path of personal growth is not a linear one, and it's not always easy. It requires introspection, discipline, and most importantly, a willingness to face discomfort and uncertainty. However, the benefits of committing to personal growth are immeasurable. When we decide to make growth a priority in our lives, we set ourselves on a course of continual improvement, learning, and transformation. One of the foundational aspects of commitment to personal growth is the willingness to embrace change. Change is often viewed with resistance, as it can push us out of our comfort zones and challenge the beliefs, habits, and mindsets we've held for years. But personal growth can only happen if we are willing to evolve. It is important to recognize that growth does not always mean achieving perfection or having it all figured out. Sometimes growth simply means moving beyond old ways of thinking, acting, and reacting. By committing to growth, we allow ourselves to evolve into better versions of ourselves, even if the process is messy and imperfect. Personal growth also requires a strong sense of self-awareness. To improve, we must first understand where we are and where we need to go. Self-awareness is the ability to look inward and honestly assess our strengths, weaknesses, values, and desires. Without self-awareness, personal growth can feel aimless or disconnected from our true goals. When we take the time to truly know ourselves, we create a clear map for our growth journey. This level of understanding helps us make better decisions, prioritize the right areas of our lives, and focus on the habits and behaviors that will propel us forward. The commitment to personal growth also means taking responsibility for our own lives and actions. It's easy to blame external circumstances or other people for our shortcomings. But true growth happens when we own our choices, acknowledge our mistakes, and actively seek ways to improve. By taking responsibility for our actions, we stop waiting for things outside of ourselves to change and instead begin to make the changes that will have the greatest impact on our lives. This sense of ownership over our lives empowers us to take control and move toward the future we envision without relying on external factors to dictate our progress. Another key element of personal growth is the willingness to be uncomfortable. Growth rarely happens within our comfort zones. It requires us to stretch, to challenge our assumptions, and to step into new and often difficult experiences. Committing to personal growth means embracing discomfort as part of the journey. Whether it's facing fears, learning new skills, or confronting painful truths about ourselves, discomfort is a necessary catalyst for transformation. The more we push ourselves beyond what feels familiar or easy, the more we open ourselves up to new opportunities for growth, wisdom, and self-discovery. Consistency is also essential in the commitment to personal growth. It's easy to get excited about change or improvement in the beginning, but sustaining that momentum over time is what leads to real transformation. Personal growth is not something that can be achieved overnight, but rather through continuous effort and practice. Small, consistent actions each day, whether it's learning something new, practicing mindfulness, or taking care of our bodies, accumulate over time and result in lasting change. The key is to stay committed, even when progress feels slow or difficult.